Well, thank you all for being here today. And we are here in response to the most recent Dayton Daily News article with respect to JobsOhio. Less oversight and transparency coupled with less liability for folks dealing with public funds. How are taxpayers being well served by these changes? As you all are aware, public officials who are dealing with public funds, if in fact they misappropriate those dollars or are found to have handled them inappropriately, can be held criminally responsible. JobsOhio has renewed their ethics and conflict of interest policies with the controlling board on June 28th, despite the fact that they did not make the controlling board members aware of that until July 29th. Essentially further a policy that assures that those who are working at JobsOhio dealing with funds that are from a public stream cannot be held criminally liable for their misdeeds. Furthermore, we know that 6 of the 9 individuals that serve on the JobsOhio board had direct conflicts of interest or perceived conflicts of interest with respect to money that has been given out through incentives. Obviously, with respect to all public funds, the public is better served when there is transparency and when they know that the individuals who are handling those funds are going to be held to a high level of scrutiny with respect to whether or not that money is in fact being used in the best interest of the public. According to JobsOhio's own conflict of interest policies, directors of JobsOhio are interested individuals that should disclose any conflicts they have. In fact, when they were making decisions with respect to incentives, did they follow their own policy and discuss that before voting if in fact they had a conflict of interest, or did they abstain from voting with respect to anything they had a direct interest on? Are these on file with Development Services or JobsOhio? Are they public records? Are they in fact records that Auditor Yost has sought to obtain? Because as we know, despite the fact that the legislature has worked to pass and in fact keep secret what JobsOhio is doing, the auditor, through a letter that I sent him, indicated that he realized he had 90 days to perform a full audit on JobsOhio. He now has about 30 days left to complete it, yet radio silence out of the auditor's office with respect to any of these issues. While we're appreciative to the Dayton Daily News and to all of you in the press for reporting so consistently and frequently with respect to the problems of JobsOhio, it should be the state elected officials who are charged with having oversight of public funds who are reporting on this. The auditor has indicated consistently that he believes he has the right to audit JobsOhio, yet we know that he has indicated to the governor that he would keep the audit of JobsOhio secret for 5 years. He's indicated that the GOP chairman, Borges, believed that auditing JobsOhio was not a good decision, in fact, a quote-unquote poor decision for the auditor to pursue. We know that after legislation was passed to keep secret what JobsOhio was doing, the auditor, at my prompting, indicated that he would complete an audit, yet that has not been completed to date. And as a result, the public was left to rely upon the press to discover what is or is not going on at JobsOhio, because the governor, the auditor, and the legislature are working to keep their activities secret, despite the fact that JobsOhio has not created the stunning miracle they are advertising with taxpayer proceeds. And before I turn it over to my colleague, I just, anticipating the response from the Kasich administration, every time it seems that someone questions whether or not JobsOhio is effective, the spokesperson for the Kasich administration comes out and talks about what a stunning job JobsOhio is doing. But let's look at the actual facts with respect to what's happening to the economy in Ohio. Ohio ranks 47th in job creation over the past 12 months. According to Economic Modeling Specialists International, of the roughly 95,000 net new jobs created in Ohio since Governor Kasich took office, 58.4% pay under $15 an hour. The Thrive in Ohio ad campaign that is spending money to advertise the business climate in Ohio, the majority of those funds have been spent on ads in Ohio to tell people in Ohio how great the business climate is. And so campaign-style ads to seem to communicate the climate in Ohio is great. Shouldn't those dollars be spent in other states to try to convince businesses to come here, as opposed to using taxpayer money to advertise to them what a great job the current administration is doing? Unfortunately, as you can see by the handout we provided, it seems that every single month a new story comes out about JobsOhio that's concerning, whether it has to do with donors funneling near $7 million to JobsOhio, this latest one with board members being the beneficiaries of JobsOhio incentives, hefty raises being provided to the staff, the $8.4 million that was paid back by JobsOhio to the state. It seems that this is just an ongoing problem in a time where the state should be focused on economic development priorities that get people back to work, instead of dealing with people who have special relationships to folks in powerful positions getting benefits out of state taxpayers' resources.